All right, man. This straight truck just came screaming up in this boy. Yo, I don't even know who Cuz is. Let me get out of here if they ask me to do something that I ain't trying to do. He might not be at the right dock. You know what? I clocked the fuck out. He sure ain't the right dock backing up on our dock. You know what? I punched out. I was punched out, boss. I was gonna tell him, but you don't pays me after I clocks out. So then the real truck pull up. He cool as hell. Military dudes be cool as hell, dude. They be cool. They be having some good stories. I don't be mind stuck on the ship of the military. Them motherfuckers be having story every 10 stories a night. I work with a dude. Dude name was Tony Palmore. Brother, he retired out the army, I believe. Man, he had some good stories and shit. Good brother too. Good stories. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Lions. Is they season considered a success or a failure? Yeah, old Tony has some great stories. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I'll tell you a quick story real quick. So this chick, she got fired from the job. In security, they just let you do something dumb. All they do is replace you. She got placed somewhere else, so she coming up there and whatever, trying to get at me and shit. So I don't really think she liked me or nothing like that. I ain't really tripping. So I ain't because I really don't like her like that. But her friends get to start. She a little military chick. She start trying to get mad and start capping on me and shit. So you know what I'm saying, I'm young, so I get to roasting that bitch. You know how I go. You know how it is. I don't know no better. So this nigga get to telling me about that's a military body. You know, that's a body built by the United States. I think she was in the Air Force or some shit like that, whatever, right? Her name was Sparkle and shit. So he had me cracking up. He said, "You don't know what you're doing, brother." And he started getting into a story about how he got they spiked some Kool-Aid with some hoes down there in, what is it, I think it's Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas. I've been there. Crazy shit. And, I was listening to this one chick, and she told me a lot of the times why girls be hating on guys that girls be with because they really be in love or like them, they really be on the lesbian tip. I don't know how true that is, but it kind of made sense in that situation. But hey, I don't involve myself in none of that. Even though I'm gonna just keep that to myself. But nonetheless, let's talk about the Lions, right? And is this season already considered a success? For me, the only thing that wasn't successful this season, and it was a difference between them. Well, it's two things that wasn't a success. The two things run together. The only reason they didn't make the playoffs this year, if they don't make the playoffs, look, Minnesota had a hell of a season, and I knew they were running away with the NFC North. You can go listen to my video that I did before the season, which felt like last week. This year blew by, the season blew by. I knew they were running away with the NFC North, and they didn't run away with the NFC North. They needed to move on from Kirk Cousins. Right? They did exactly what I thought they should do. Now, is the Lions going to turn around and go 12 and 11 and whatever the hell they got to go to beat the Minnesota Vikings? I don't think so. Right? But I think if Zorky would have been healthy, right? And a lot of these guys they would have picked would have been healthy, that they drafted. You had Melifano deal with an injury. You had St. Brown deal with an injury. You had Josh Pascal, who was already injured. And obviously, you're not planning for the here and now. Martin Luther, you planning it, down the line. These dudes get healthy in the offseason. Hopefully they ain't chronically injured. It's not injury, it's not, chronically always injured. But I had Zorky. Jared Goff held up his end of the bill. He's the MVP. Aiden Hudson held up his end of the deal. Jameson Williams, he go with Zorky, Melifano. St. Brown nicked this up this year, but still had a tremendous season. I thought he should have been in Pro Bowl. And a couple other guys, but I just think the injuries, but also the positive about the injuries being the one of the two things, Zorky being the second. The positive about the injuries, it allowed to weed out guys that's not going to be part of this rebuild and guys that's going to be part of the depth of this team. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Malcolm Rodriguez, Anazzoni, Justin Houston, Isaiah Buggs, Benito Jones, guys like that, they're going to be the nucleus of this team. They're going to be the depth, right? Hutchinson, we'll see what Jameson do. St. Brown, And I really like James Mitchell too, man. You know, them type of dudes might be the elite. They might be the elites of the team, right? And now for the Lions, you starting to develop depth. That's what you want. You starting to develop depth. So that's the positive thing when you got so many injuries. Now guys got to play, get experience, and you found guys like Kirby Joseph, diamonds in the rough. You found guys like that. So it's always a positive and a negative. In a situation, you can always look at the glass half empty or half full, you know. But that's the good thing. But, you know, had they had a fully healthy football team, it's not a 1-6 start. And Goff probably in MVP honors, honestly. He probably up for MVP. You know. And then Anazork, he was the second biggest thing that had to happen along with the injuries. He's the second biggest thing because his penetration up the middle is imperative. And you noticing that's the biggest difference in the defense. Now, me personally, you said, well, CJ, if you don't go get Lamar, you're not going to get a quarterback. What's the thing you would do? I might say F all that. You know, my opinion changed by the day. But I might say F all that and go move up, get Carter. And the number one thing you hope is that the Bears don't stand pat at number 2 because they're going to take you to the cleaners for that dude. Or you hope they fall in love with Will Anderson. Or you hope somebody else arrives that rises up in the draft that you like. Or it's a run of quarterbacks and he fall to you or something like that. But that Carter kid, you put him down there with Anazorki. Woo! I mean, I didn't even think about Anazorki, but his penetration is what Eric Day was missing on the line. That's it. His penetration is disruption. That's the biggest disruption that you can get as a defensive lineman. Right in the quarterback face. So then now they got to start scheming around, you know, Warren Sapp and John Randall or Jerome Brown, rest in power to him, and Reggie, the minister of defense, White. You gotta start planning for that pressure. So now we gonna put you on bootlegs, and now that limit the playbook. But Anazorki is a nasty motherfucker. I can't say it no other way. Sorry to the kids, we a family show. But he's a nasty motherfucker. That's what he is, and that's what I liked about him on the field. But I don't think you can count on him right now with that back injury, which he should have sat out all last year, had surgery. But you know what? I ain't getting into all that. We ain't getting into ancient history. But he nasty. In the movie theater on 10. Shit, they giving out free popcorn, free tickets. But yeah, he a nasty mother. He nasty. And Carter give you that same vibe. And I probably trade a lot of assets for Carter. I ain't gonna lie, because we need that. More than a linebacker, and just as equally as bad as a quarterback. I told y'all, Jared Goff had to play well this year. He did. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all, right after Jared Goff, Anazorki had to be that guy. He had to be that guy. And that's what they was missing. The guy that could penetrate and get upfield. A. Hudson would have had 13 sacks that man playing. Or they going to let that brother get 10 sacks. And that's what they missed. And Carter, exactly what the doctor ordered. Yeah, exactly what the doctor ordered. The Lions fortunate enough to get him and walk away with the quarterback or future quarterback. They good. If they fortunate enough to get him and a cornerback that can step in and they want to trade for a cornerback, they got a lot of options coming out. But I believe this season, and I'm not a Slappy fan, I believe it was a success. I don't come in with expectations no more. I don't do that shit no more. I used to do it when I was young. Back before, you know, you had the internet like that, and everybody had access to the internet on smartphones and smartwatches and tablets, and you had to get the paper. My granddaddy had the paper. You know, they ain't had cable in my grandparents' house, but he had the paper. And I used to have to read about the Lions. I ain't get to vlog. I ain't get to watch these vlogs like y'all young brothers do. I had to read. And I would read the paper, and I would go there, and I would say before the season, we can beat them. We're going to lose to them. We're going to beat them. And that's what I used to have to do, you know, to get my Lions fixed. Because really, they wasn't on national television. Or was it like Fox 2 after the game? You had to wait till everybody went to bed on a Sunday night to look at the late night sports talk to get your Lions news. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be up that late. I remember being up late and going to sleep when the Lakers and Spurs was playing. And my mom's husband, like, you know, damn, the Lakers won. I said, shit, how they win? That's when Derek Fisher hit that shot with like 0.5 seconds left. Like, yo, you know. But I say this about my mom. I didn't have a strict mom. She put the fear of God in my ass. How about that? So once you put the fear of God in somebody, you gonna still make mistakes, but I ain't make that vital mistake. Shit, I've been staying home since I was like in elementary school by myself. So yeah, when you put the fear of God in somebody, yeah. When I made a mistake, I knew I made a mistake and I had to deal with the consequences. But yeah, I consider it a success this season. Golf was a success. Campbell got, you know, he dealt with adversity again this year. Dealt with it the right way. It was a successful season. It was a successful season for the Lions, and it was more than I thought. And if they make the playoffs don't necessarily define their success. I think they're going in the right direction. That's what you want. You hope. Unlike last year, that momentum they had at the end of last year, you hope it carry over to this season. It didn't. You said, well, why it didn't carry over? They just had too many injuries to overcome before football was snapped. You know, Pascal was injured. Zorky wasn't practicing. He was injured. James Mitchell's on your draft pick, wasn't playing. Explosive player out of Virginia Tech. Jameson Williams, explosive player, he wasn't playing. You know, then you lost Tracy Walker early. Charles Harris early. You know what I'm saying? You lost so many different pieces early. Then St. Brown got lost early. And it's just the ones I'm thinking about. Then you had to rush to replace, you know, Zorky with Bugs and Benito Jones and, you know, all these other guys, whoever they is, you had to rush and replace them. Then Kaminsky went down. Then you like, Jesus, like Hutchinson and nobody else. Amani Arari dealing with a back injury. He looked terrible. So, yeah, man, that's crazy, man. But I consider it a success. And I just hope that momentum carry over and guys get healthy over the offseason. Romeo was injured. He came back. It's going to take a minute being a bigger guy off the Achilles. You hopefully that success, you know, pour over to next year. That's what you hope. And into the offseason and then into next season. But they get healthy. I think the injuries was a blessing in disguise because now you establish depth and now it's going to be like you getting a whole nother draft class back next season. And one thing you want to do is just finish the season out healthy and finish the season out strong. But it was a successful season, in my opinion. And I'm not no SOL Slappy fan. It was. So it's my opinion. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase chance of notifications. We go live or drop a video. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I'm going to try to get one more live in for the end of the year, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. If I don't get a chance to say this, just keep sharing the videos, keep subbing. You know, you can screen record it. I don't care what you do. Shit, if you want to diss me, I don't really care at this point. It is what it is. It comes with the territory, but I appreciate everybody that watched the videos. If it's the Piston videos, the Lions videos, if it's whatever else I'm creating, appreciate it. Don't forget you can check my main channel out right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV. More sports, music, news, entertainment. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.